following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and we are here to qualify for race number 7 in season number 7 of the NRLOA Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, back from our Easter weekend break, and these guys are ready to get on the racetrack and qualify. We're ready to begin uncharted qualifying. And the top 2 fastest in this 5-minute session will make it into the show tomorrow morning for the Interstate Batteries 500 here from Texas. Tomorrow, a 67-lap race. And it's going to be one of the longer ones throughout the season. But it'll definitely be interesting. And we got the Turkey Hill Series coming up later today as well. And as you can see, this is the newly reconfigured Texas Motor Speedway. Turns 1 and 2, they are flatter than they used to be. And with that, the exit of the corner can get a little interesting as well. That outside lane works pretty well from the testing that we have had here. So definitely watch out for those guys in the outside lane. It is a totally different racetrack here at Texas than what we have seen in the past 6 seasons here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. So a lot to watch out for during this whole weekend here on Napa Fan, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. These mile-and-a-half racetracks usually produce very good racing in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, and I don't think tomorrow morning's race is going to be any exception. But anyways, this is Griffin Lynn this weekend. Or sorry, it's not Griffin Lynn. Excuse me, it's Jamie Lee. I'm the number 71. It was Griffin Lynn last weekend, and I literally just put the names in on these guys, and I saw Griffin Lynn, and I thought, oh, it's Griffin Lynn. But no, it's actually Jamie Lee in the 71, so my apologies there. But Jamie Lee trying to qualify for his first race of the season in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. He's driving the number 71. Cameron Gaju is back in the 67, trying to make it into his first race of the season in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. And here's Micah Knapp. He's back in the number 97 as he edged out Alex Bonsignor and Casey Hoffman. Thing about Casey Hoffman, he's yet to attempt a ride this season in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Had a tough season in the Turkey Hill Series so far. We'll see what he does later today, if he can get the hot seat for next weekend at Rockingham. And speaking of the hot seat, Isaac Redmond, the last winner in the Turkey Hill Series, gets the hot seat for the number 18 team this weekend. And very strong win there on Armory Digital, a place where we saw a lot of passing, and Isaac Redmond just happened to get the win. He was in the right place at the right time, so his second straight weekend in the number 18. And right now he is 3rd fastest. So remember, the top 2 fastest qualify onto the show, and they will join the other 40 full-time drivers to battle for the pole right after we are done with the uncharted qualifying session. 36 is Colton Yo this weekend, and I believe it's his first ever attempt in the number 36 for American Motorsports. Colton Yo won his first ever start on Napa Fan last Christmas Eve, so he's definitely a good driver. And the number 74 this weekend is Eli Bright with his first start of the season, or first attempt, I should say. And he's attempting the number 74 for Tanker Motorsports. I believe that's, nope. Still got the 98, that's Matt Tuck this weekend. And Matt Tuck, one of the veterans looking to race his way in this session. He is actually going to be the last driver to fully complete a lap here in the uncharted qualifying session. Of course, you can see the racetrack is very dark. It's not as light as it used to be. A little bit harder to see that black race car here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Kind of blends in with the rest of the racetrack, but still a very fine racetrack here at the Texas Motor Speedway, and everything's kind of redone from how it used to be when we originally came here. Got new graphics. We got a safer barrier here now, and the lights on the catch fence light up if there's a caution on the front stretch, so that's another cool thing. And of course, reconfigured racetrack gets completely new compared to what we used to have, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow's race. Very much so. This race has always been one of the best races throughout the season each year in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, and I don't think tomorrow's race will disappoint. Colton Yo is the fastest guy right now, the number 36, and that number 36 started on the pole the last time the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series ran 2 weeks ago when Ashlyn Boyd was driving it. Now, Ashlyn Boyd actually didn't even lead a lap in the race, but still, he had a very fast race car and took that American Motorsports 36, I believe, to the 3rd position in the STP 500 2 weeks ago. So That team coming off a very strong performance with Ashlyn Boyd driving it last weekend, and Colton Yo looking to advance that 36 back into the show for the second straight week. Micah Knapp is second, and he's looking to make his second race of the season, and if I am not mistaken, if he qualifies his way in, he will be the first Turkey Hill Series driver to make it into 2 Chick-Fil-A Cup Series races this season. And I believe that the time is going to run out right here. We might get an extra half a minute, but I do believe this is going to be it, so it's going to be 30 more seconds on the clock, so we're not quite done yet. Of course, 97 didn't even have any drafting help, and he got that very fast lap, but you see the 36, he's right behind the 97, and even though we got a really flat 1 and 2, drafting is going to be a major factor in tomorrow's event, as these guys will definitely get a pull on the guy in front of them, especially throughout turns 3 and 4. Iron banked corners, and they're going to be going much faster throughout there. And now it's official. Ashlyn Boyd's 36 went to the pole last weekend with him driving it, and now it's Colton Yo in the number 36 being fastest in the uncharted qualifying session yet again. He, along with Micah Knapp, will qualify onto the Interstate Batteries 500, and they will battle for the pole right now here at Texas. So let's go ahead and see who gets that front row starting position here for the Interstate Batteries 500. It's going to be 10 minutes with all 42 drivers. Hello once again from the Texas Motor Speedway, and this time all 42 drivers who will be racing in tomorrow's Interstate Batteries 500 will qualify here in this 10-minute session to see who will start on the pole position for tomorrow's 67-lap race here at Texas. And the first driver out there is Juan Garcia in the number 6 for Durick Motor Racing. Also got Isaac Nichols in the 22. He almost got the win at Las Vegas not too long ago, but did not get it. And he's looking for a win this season. Roger Ray, 5th in the points coming into this race, only 22 points behind points leader John Stewart. And here's the guy who pretty much should be our defending race winner, but is not. Dominated at Martinsville 2 weeks ago, but ran out of gas coming to the white flag. And Jesse Turner, a very disappointing run there at Martinsville. Almost had another Chick-Fil-A Cup Series win. And with the finish, he gained at Martinsville. He fell outside the top 10, where he had been running the past couple of races. So Turner looking to turn all that around here today, get a good starting position, and get a good run in tomorrow's 67-lapper here at Texas. He's won a Turkey Hill Series race here before, so we'll have to see if he can get something done this weekend in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. And this is a guy, if there's anybody who needs a good run, it is this guy. Of course, all these guys coming off the Easter weekend break, and hopefully a lot of these guys regrouped after the first 6 races of the season. And definitely one of those teams I'd like to see regroup is Aaron Wolpole's number 34 team for American Motorsports. They are last in the points, and they have crashed, I believe, the past 3 races here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. It has not been a good season at all for Aaron Wolpole and his team, but they actually have won here before. Aaron Wolpole has won here before. It was actually in season number 3 when we had a second Texas race. Now, mind to tell you, this is a completely reconfigured racetrack, so it's pretty much completely new. But still, Aaron Wolpole has won here before, so he might get something turned around in tomorrow's event. We'll just see what he does here in qualifying. Right now, the fastest guy is Daniel McMillan, but that just changed hands to William Brock in the 88. Another one of those guys who needs a really good run is William Brock, and you see him right behind our defending race winner, Nathan Stapleton, who shocked the world, led 2 laps at Martinsville to take home the victory. And he did a fantastic job in doing so as well. And he's looking to get a good run here in qualifying. A lot of momentum off that Martinsville win. And we'll just have to see what the 54 can do in tomorrow's race. Of course, we got to see where he qualifies first. But he's right alongside the fastest guy, so that's not too bad for him. And number 88, William Brock, still holds the fastest time. And like I was about to say, he is one of those guys who needs a very good run. Very deep in the points, just like Aaron Wolpole. He could use a good finish in tomorrow's event. He's side by side there with Nathan Stapleton. A new livery for Brad Stover this weekend. Of course, Brad Stover, pretty good in the points, only 14 behind our points leader. And of course, pretty much all the schemes for this guy, they're based off of F1 schemes, and they are very, very good. This is based off the Williams scheme in F1, the Martini machine. And the number 99, doesn't have anybody drafting with him, but he's 20th fastest right now, so not too bad for Brad Stover. I mean, this isn't really a place where you have to be concerned with where you start too much. At least I don't think it's going to be that case. Like I said, a reconfigured racetrack. Turns 1 and 2 are definitely going to be interesting. Those two corners are much flatter, so it might be a little bit more difficult to pass. So we're just going to have to see how it all shakes out. But still, past races here, especially at the original Texas, where you start really doesn't matter too much. Basically just matters where you are when the first set of pit stops occurs. If we happen to have cautions in tomorrow's race, though, that could throw a monkey wrench into everything. So we really don't know what to expect in tomorrow's race. This is a completely reconfigured racetrack, and there are a lot of unknowns coming here because it's technically a completely new racetrack that we're coming to in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Virtually no data on this exact racetrack at all. So, I mean, we had one IROC race here, but there were no pit stops in that one. So, just a big unknown, and that's what's going to make tomorrow's race extremely interesting. But definitely looking forward to it, watching these guys race 67 laps here at Texas. One of the longer races of the season, no question, and it's going to be a good one. It's still William Brock fastest in this qualifying session. And we'll try to locate him here as we go through the top 10 right now. Is William Brock, Cody Sill, Justin Roberts yet again with a great run in qualifying, but with the exception of his win that he received at Riverside, he has not had the best of seasons. He ended up leading the first lap at Martinsville 2 weeks ago in the last race, but he ended up falling behind. Ended up getting caught off a very bad sequence of pit stops, and he ended up finishing multiple laps down. We got a new guy up top. That's Roger Ray in the 48 for Zidell Motorsports, and trying to locate him on the racetrack. There he is, 28.360. So right now it is Roger Ray, William Brock, Cody Sill, Justin Roberts, Tristan Allen, Brad Stover, Justin Heath with a great run in the number 30 car. Daniel McMillan is 8th fastest, and it's Patrick Smith and Jordan Carter. So a 50-50 split between the rookies and the veterans in the top 10, and that's how it's kind of been all season long. But the veterans have won more races so far. 4 out of the 6 races have been won by veterans this season, and it almost was 5 out of 6 with Jesse Turner dominating at Martinsville last weekend and failing to come up short because he ran out of gas. We had a change there. Number 75 of Daniel McMillan just went to second fastest in the number 75 Hers Dodge, and McMillan's another one of those guys who would love to see a turnaround. Been a tough season so far for the defending Rookie of the Year, but he's taken that NRLOA Dodge to second, but he could not beat out Roger Ray on his lap time, and right now would be Roger Ray and Daniel McMillan starting on the front row. The same drivers are in the top 10 from when we last mentioned them. And let's take a look and see where our points leader is on the board. The 04 of John Stewart is 21st fastest, so smack dab in the middle of the field for our points leader and Las Vegas winner John Stewart. And he's a Wade Enterprises driver, and they're doing pretty good with their rookie driver of John Stewart. They also got Christian Vargas as a rookie driver as well, and their veteran Blaine Keys, and somebody just blew up. That is John Arndt in the 05. John Arndt has won a truck race here before at the Texas Motor Speedway, and right now he is dead last in the qualifying. So Trailblazer Motorsports is a lot to figure out before tomorrow. Let's just say that. But John Arndt has experience at winning here at Texas. He's also going to be in the booth for our Turkey Hills Series race in a couple of hours. But he might be a little bit frustrated getting up there, so that's a tough break for the 05. I'm not sure if he's going to get back out there on the racetrack, so it looks like it's going to be a last-place starting position for the veteran driver. Minute 50 left, still a lot of time for somebody to possibly sneak their way through and get a good qualifying effort. Michael Canto was also another guy who dominated at Martinsville. I believe he finished in the 5th position, so he capitalized on his very good effort at that racetrack, and he's looking to get a good lap time here. He is currently 19th fastest, so not too shabby for the rookie driver out of Quintero Racing Incorporated. And of course, our last winner, Jesse Turner, he hasn't really gotten a good time. 38th fastest, so not going too well for him right now. Ace Garcia, who has been one of the more dominant guys so far this season, he is 37th. Daytona 500 champion Zachary Fitzwater, he is 36th. Aaron Walpole, we mentioned him earlier on, he needs a good run. He's 39th. Cameron Garlington's 40th. Jake Jefferson is 41st in the 05 of John Arn. We saw him in last place, and that's how they run. And we haven't seen much of a change in the top 10 at all. The last change we have seen in the top 10 was Daniel McMillan going to 2nd, so not much of a change for the top 10. A new scheme for Elijah Gordon, and this is the sponsor he had last season when he won the championship. Liftmaster, their first race on the number 5 this season. That's a pretty slick-looking machine for Elijah Gordon Incorporated. Our defending champion is currently 27th here in qualifying. But it's Roger Ray, the fastest driver here in the qualifying session at Texas, and he's looking to grab, I think it's just his first pole of the season. But the rookies have done very good in qualifying this season, let me tell you that. And he's got Garrett Senor right behind him. Senor is another one of those guys who would just really love to just get a win here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Get win number 20 of his career. Yeah, I know, he's the all-time winningest driver on Napa Fan, but he's got a very long losing streak here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, and so does Tristan Allen. Allen's going to be starting 6th tomorrow. You might want to watch for Tristan Allen getting a win this weekend in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. There's a good chance he could do so. He has been very consistent, the best veteran in the point standings. As he comes into this race only 20 points behind John Stewart. A race win, I truly believe this is on the horizon finally for Tristan Allen. And this is definitely the most successful season he has had so far. And we'll just have to see what he does starting from 6th tomorrow in the Interstate Batteries 500. But it's Roger Ray, number 48, who will start on the pole. We can get to him. And we're not going to, but that's okay because qualifying is complete here from Texas. And it's Roger Ray, Daniel McMillan on the front row for tomorrow's 67-lap event. William Brock, Cody Sill, Justin Roberts, Tristan Allen, and some rookies to round out the top 10. Brad Stover, a great run for him. He's been one of the most consistent drivers this season. Justin Heath, Patrick Smith, and Jordan Carter, the top 10. Take a look at the rest of the results, and a lot of veterans deep in the field. As a matter of fact, all the rookies are in the top 35. Zachary Fitzwater, Ace Garcia, Jesse Turner, Aaron Walpole, Cameron Garlington, Jay Jefferson, and John Arn all at the end of the field, and they're just all over the place here. A lot of the longtime veterans have struggled this season, and it's going to be very interesting to see if those guys could possibly make some magic work tomorrow in this 67-lap race. I will say, we already recorded the Turkey Hill Series race. It was pretty crazy. It was all over the place. I'm hoping that this one's not going to be like that, but you never know, especially when you come to a completely new racetrack like this. A couple of ties. One of them is Diego Yepez and Micah Knapp. Yepez will get that tiebreaker as Yepez is 2nd in the point standings. Isaac Nichols, Christian Vargas. Nichols will have the advantage as he is ahead of Vargas in the points. And I do believe those are the only ties that we had in this session, so that is how they will line up for tomorrow's Interstate Batteries 500, 9 a.m. Eastern Time over on Napa Fan. Don't forget to check it out from the Texas Motor Speedway. Congratulations to Roger Ray for getting the pole position here at Texas. And I will see you guys later over on Napa Fan for the Turkey Hill Series. And then tomorrow morning for the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series here for 67 laps. We're in this 1.5-mile racetrack. So thank you guys very much for watching. And I will see you guys later.